cross, I just need to know what the real meaning of Easter Sunday. I know so many folk call it Easter, but I just need to try to find some meaning to what Resurrection Sunday is. Lord, I decided that I was going to watch the TV. They had all the Bible stories on there, so I was just trying to get an understanding of what this Resurrection Sunday is all about. And so I decided that I was going to go to church so I can figure out what this Resurrection Sunday is all about. The big hats and the new clothes and the Easter baskets and the Easter egg hunts and the big dinners. But Lord, I still don't understand what this Resurrection Sunday is all about. I know some of the stuff that I watched on the movie Bible. I know that some of it was true, and then some of it made me kind of confused. So I decided what I was going to do is I was going to turn to the Word of God to try to get an understanding of what was going on. But I guess at this point, I'm just like everybody else. Some people told me that it was for one thing, and some people said that Resurrection Sunday was for another thing. It's just got me all confused, and I just don't understand. So I decided, Lord, to just come just a little bit nearer to the cross, and so I can find some meaning. And I know back during those days, it was crucifixion, and I know that was a form of execution back during those days, and by nailing a victim's hands and nailing a victim's feet. But Lord, I just want to understand what this Resurrection Sunday is all about, because as I think about somebody nailing Jesus' hands, I just can think about the horrible pain that he must have felt in degrading death, or just hanging out there on the cross for something that he had not even done. So I decided that I was just going to look in the Word of God and try to find an answer to what this Resurrection Sunday is all about. Now I know, as I look in the Bible, I know that there's a gospel called Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and I know that they said that Christ was going to be marked, and he was going to be scorned, and he was going to be tormented just for me, and not just for me, but for all mankind. But Lord, I just decided that if I could just get closer to the cross, Lord, that maybe I can feel some of the things that Jesus had felt. Maybe I can go through some of the stuff that Jesus had gone through, because I just want to understand, Lord, what is this Resurrection Sunday all about? I know that he carried his own cross, and I imagine that it must have been kind of heavy, Lord, but I'm just trying to understand a little bit more about what this Resurrection Sunday is all about. They said that they nailed him between two common criminals, and they said that Jesus suffered just for me, but